shoulder bag or the comforter or whatever. So stupid. But the store is pretty tight. I'll have Terry the Goat's Week 11 picks for you later on. They were sent to me early this morning. I've already posted them at the Alan Cox Show Facebook page. Week 11 picks, she gave me 11 picks. So easy to remember there. And she did pick the Browns game. She didn't give me tonight. She didn't give me Thursday night football. And she didn't give me Monday night football. So we'll know everything on Monday. Oh. But she gave me 11 games otherwise. What's tonight? Buccaneers, Titans or something, I think?
No, tonight is, let's say Patriots?
Okay.
I think it's Patriots. I don't know.
So football starts tonight for Week 11, and then the Browns play the Detroit Lions. This is not a team you want to lose to, the Detroit Lions. But the Browns are pretty banged up. So we'll see what happens. But I'll be downtown Sunday morning for the Cox Out pregame. So if you're in town and want to come hang, we do that before all the Browns home games. So it starts at 10:30, goes to kickoff at the Ivy, which is right downtown, West 6 and Lakeside, Sunday morning. I'll be just getting back into town from Michigan. So I'll be on no sleep, and I'll be ready to party on Sunday morning. So that's when you get me at my best, when I'm just wired for sound. So we'll see what happens. But Browns, Lions on Sunday. And I hesitate to say evenly matched, because the combination of what the Lions have so far been unable to do, combined with a banged-up Cleveland Browns, who know, it'll be a fun game. That's all I'm going to say. It'll be a barn burner.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know what to expect, because we don't even know if Nick Chubb's going to be back. We don't know really what's going to be going on. Baker Mayfield, he's practicing, but he's still kind of banged up. So
Nick Chubb, hasta la vista, baby! Nick Chubb, touchdown!
So we'll see what we see. Thanks to whoever sent me this, because I hadn't seen it. We were talking about that band Brass Against. Everybody's talking about Brass Against. This is the band that does marching band cover versions of rock songs, and the reason they're on the map is because the singer peed on that guy's head on stage in Florida last week. And I had seen a brief statement from the band on social media, but I hadn't seen the singer say anything, and somebody sent me her statement. I guess she made a statement. By the way, they have been permanently banned from all NASCAR venues, because this, imagine that, right? Out of all the bands that you think, and again, this just goes back to pick any band that you think, would have peed on a fan's face in the middle of, Marilyn Manson wasn't doing this stuff back in the day.
Hey, maybe like Courtney Love.
Sure.
Being like a Courtney Love stunt.
Fiona Apple wasn't doing this back in the day.
No, Shirley Manson wanted to.
She's lovely. So, yeah, because this festival that they did was Welcome to Rockville, which is at Daytona Race Park, I think. NASCAR has permanently banned them from all their venues.
That's hilarious.
So anyway, but the singer, Sophia Urista, said, I've always pushed the limits in music and stage. And that night, I pushed the limits too far. Nice pun. I love my family, the band, and the fans more than anything I know. More than anything, and I know that some were hurt or offended by what I did. I apologize to them and want them to know that I didn't mean to hurt them. I'm not a shock artist. I always want to put the music first. I'm grateful for all of your continued love and support.
I think that's what you should read tomorrow for your daughter's class.
Kids, I am not a shock artist. I always want to put the reading first. And by the way, I hadn't really considered this, but I'm wondering if I buried the lead in not mentioning that my daughter's kindergarten teacher is a guy. Is that a weird thing these days?
My kindergarten teacher was a guy. It doesn't seem weird to me.
I think I only had male teachers in high school.
I think that's something that some people think is weird. I don't care.
Okay. I don't care either. I just wonder if maybe there's going to be, when I go in there, if there's going to be like weird male energy.
I mean, you'll be there, so yeah, but
I bring that with me wherever I go.
I mean, that's just a constant with you. But,
there you go. That's right.
But that also, I think, will put them in more of a space where they're like, oh, this is a guy like our teacher. Like that's, so when the moms come in, it's a little difference. But, if you are two males commanding the class reading a book, being broy, which I imagine you will be.
Being broy.
Probably high-five him.
Yeah.
Chest bump, something like that.
Yeah, I've had limited interaction with him. He seems like a nice enough guy, so I don't have any issues there. But the Brass Against band will no longer be seen at any NASCAR venues. The one and only time that they were there, and it's not like they were invited to play a NASCAR venue. It's just where the festival happened to be.
The one person I always think of when it comes to a male kindergarten teacher is Harlan Williams' character in Half Baked. And
where he accidentally kills the horse.
Yeah.
The
horse that was a police officer that was like 3 days from retirement. That movie's not perfect, but there's a lot of funny stuff in that movie. Of course,
I love Half Baked.
It's got some great stuff.
On social media, the singer's antics have been well received by fans. Your band should be thanking you. You'll get the attention your band deserves because the music is fantastic, said one person. Now, again, I'd like to reiterate, it is not. And I don't know if you're the rest of the band, I don't know that this is the kind of attention you want. I guess any attention you want. I mean, if people come and listen and they go, hey, I kind of like this.
Their streams are probably way up. I mean,
good.
Hello there.
Their streams are way up.
I think it's getting people to be aware of your band, and you need people to come see you live if you're that band, because you're not making a ton of money because you're doing all covers.
Listen,
so like you can have a popular album, but you're getting no money from that.
I am very pro this. If you've been to a rock shows have gotten very sedate. Mm-hmm. They've gotten very kind of sanitized, and that's just the nature of things now, right? Nobody wants to get sued. Nobody wants... It's just, I get it, but this is the coolest old school rock and roll thing to happen at a show in a long time. It's just the weirdest possible band to do it.
I haven't been paying any attention to this. Is this band in danger of being like canceled in any way?
I don't think so, because I don't think you get canceled in rock and roll.
Well, you can't get canceled if everyone's just finding out about you too. Like no one's
right.
Well,
I don't think anyone's really that upset about it, other than people that like maybe put the concert together. We're like, yeah, we just don't want people to get urinated on at shows we produce.
Is there any like legal brouhaha, anything like that happening?
Well, the follow-up the other day was that someone left a Facebook message for Daytona Beach police, and the police told them what they tell everybody. They go, we'll file a police report if you feel strongly about it, right? Well, on the plus side, the police have ruled out criminal charges against her. So I don't know if, maybe somebody will get a fine or something, but... this festival is put on by the same people that put on Sonic Temple.
Right. I just know the band, like the bandmates who weren't her, if they were unaware of this, so they'd be like, oh, what did you do to my career? Thanks, bitch. Kind of a thing.
Well, yeah, their statement was that they had no idea she was going to do that. And, but again, even if she didn't know, it looked kind of set up to me, but still, even if she didn't know that she was going to do it, you're in the moment. What a great in the moment, she had a guy jump up there. She didn't fill a cup with it and throw it in the crowd.
No.
That would be a whole other
different thing. This is a guy that is volunteer. He's consenting. I don't know if you've seen the video yet, Corey. I sent it to you. I texted it to you. If you want to see it, it's around the 3:40 mark where things get wild.
Things get wet and wild around that 3:40 mark. Yeah,
and she just really, just.
Now, I hope,
nice little shower.
What I hope is that this won't eventually hinder their chances of being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They'll get in before the Monkees still. Yeah, there she is going for it, huh?
If only the Monkees had whizzed on more of their fans.
Now, see, I want her pants too. What is this saying?
Well, you probably want them before she peed on the guy.
Well, they look pretty clear, right? Well, there we go.
There we go. She really lets fly, boy.
Now the guy you should be mad at because he like scoops up the pee and like flings it at the crowd.
Yeah.
So if anyone is to blame for any wrongdoing, it's that guy.
Right.
There's a garden hose or something tied to the side of her ass we can't see, right? 'Cause that isn't.
They should have had a vet technician on site to deal with that whole thing.
Apparently so. And look at this guy's going to go dance around, and he's all singing in the rain like Bing Crosby. Sit down. I think I hate the guitar player more than I hate
Gene Kelly.
Yeah. Oh, here comes this guy to clean it all up. Hug a veteran, yuck.
The hose theory I like because it's like the SNL sketches where they are pretending to vomit.
Anytime they have bodily fluids.
Yeah. And they'll have the hose in their sleeve and they go, "Whoa!"
Like Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
So we'll see what happens.
I'm a
there,
different person now from seeing that. Thanks, Bill.
By the way, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony is this weekend on HBO. So if you weren't there, Bill and I were both there, but if you weren't there at the Romo Fijo on Halloween Eve, it's finally going to air in. Now I don't know that they could possibly chop it down to 2 hours. The actual event is about 5, but they cut it down to a much more easily digestible 2.5, 3 hours on HBO, and that will premiere 8 o'clock this Saturday night. And I always watch it just to see what they've done with it. You know, when you're there and you see it, it's fun. But I like to see how they've really zhuzhed it up and produced it.
This is my first time attending it in real life, so I'm interested to see how it comes across.
Yeah.
And to see how it plays on a screen versus in the arena. Because in the arena, it felt pretty electric. Even though it was very long, you were just waiting for, like, just so many cool things happen.
Yeah, there's cameras swinging everywhere, and yeah, HBO gets every angle of that thing.
And I know Corey loves the Foo Fighters, and
I've come around. You know what? Can I come out, you guys? Can I come out?
Well, let me
Please
give away
do.
this money first. I'm going to call that a tease. Corey Rotic comes out after this $1,000. It's a chance for you to fund yourself. Go fund yourself. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000 now. Text the nationwide keyword PAY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's PAY to 200-200. Good luck and go fund yourself from 100.7 WMMS.
All right, go ahead. You have the floor.
That gave me plenty of time to reconsider this because I know once I say it, there's no unsaying it. You know what? Here we go.
Yeah.
all right, this is
Give
very
me the
brave.
exclusive. Give me the exclusive.
Hold on.
Alan Cox Show. Exclusive news update.
Now, I've been hanging around this place for a long time. I have friends from decades over. I, Corey Lee, Livewire Rotic, am saying of my own free will, Bleach, not that bad.
Yeah, right.
Not a bad album.
You have famously hated Nirvana.
Foo Fighters, not a terrible band.
Now,
Nirvana?
what brought you around to this?
Well, mainly having a year to pull my head out of my ass, and there's that, and because I won't talk smack about anything I haven't heard, but it had been a good couple of decades since I gave Nirvana the old try. You know what? I'm saying it. I get it a little better than I did. Not half bad. The only reason I hate Dave Grohl is because it's happening to him and not me. I am identifying on the Alan Cox Show as a Nirvana semi-fan.
Oh, a semi-fan.
Semi-fan. Well,
That's
listen,
a long way. That's
because
a long
I haven't
way.
heard.
You've got
their
to dip your toe in. I understand.
Yeah. So I feel like the weight
30
of the world
years
is-
later.
Where
Yeah.
would you put yourself with Foo Fighters? A semi-fan or lower? Or
I
higher?
actually appreciate them less than Nirvana, I think. They're a less interesting band, and honestly, I want to punch Pat Smear in the face.
Why is that?
Just
You
the
think-
look of him. Same thing with Jack Black. I have no idea what they're...
What? We didn't know this.
Pat Smear always looks like he's just having a great time.
And-
there's kind of, even in a band like Foo Fighters, where they are there to party and have fun, he still kind of stands out. There's still sometimes kind of a dourness to rock and roll. There's some kind of like a mental scowl that you have to have. And just Pat Smear looks like he's just having a great time.
Well, just with his history of being in these kind of legendary punk bands and knowing that he could be living a much different life.
Yes.
I think it makes him very happy. Go like, oh, I'm kind of glad that I'm in this arena rock band.
Not
and
only
making
that, right?
a
Because
lot of money.
Exactly, because if you saw Foo Fighters doing that pre-Rock Hall induction at the House of Blues, that's the closest I've ever seen them. I've seen them a couple times in an arena setting. That's the closest I've ever seen them. Foo Fighters is not a band that requires 3 guitarists, but they have 3 guitarists. Pat Smear's one of them, so he's playing a chord every few measures, and so that's the fun part for him. Is he's like, I'm going to strum this a few times a song just for a little pepper, a little flavor, and I'm getting paid just like everybody else. I'm having a great time. The guy's like pushing 70. I think. Well,
Yeah, he's up there,
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you for being so open and honest on the show.
Yeah.
He's going back.
I'm sorry,
and forth.
what?
I say congratulations
Thank you.
on this epiphany of yours.
Thanks. I just admitted to liking Alice in Chains on the phone as well. So what's become of me?
Well, the reason I think we should set up for people why you don't like them, though,
I would
is
love
because,
to. You tell me why I don't like
Well,
them.
I know that you are very much a sex, drugs, and rock and roll type of rock and roll fan, and what Motley Crue was to you, and what just hair metal in general was the over the topness of being a rock star was the escapism that you enjoyed from that music. And when grunge came in, it tore all that out, and kind of you felt betrayed.
And that's part of it. I felt like I was chasing a fashion that was force-fed to me by the spoonful. But then again, anyone thinking that grunge was like some major revolution that was all organic and whatever, perhaps at first. But remember, like 2 weeks after Nevermind came out, Target is running print ads like, come get your grunge flannel. So anybody that thinks that was
it was commodified immediately.
Yeah,
any less calculated than like a boy band has something to learn. But you know what? I was a whipping boy for a while. But hey, let's hang out for all those reunion tours by those bands, shall we?
I didn't care how it was sold. I was just happy that music was around. That was my Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, because I was more on the metal side of grunge than the punk side of grunge. So Nirvana was fine, but they weren't scratching me where I itched the way Soundgarden and Alice in Chains were.
But then again, none of the bands I loved at that time were scratching me where I was itching anymore either. Motley Crue got rid of Vince Neil. Then we had Steelheart to contend with, and Trickster, and like the aforementioned
So it's just a
Winger.
very tumultuous time for you, no matter what.
That's a long word to say. It sucked. Sucked.
I am excited to title this next segment on the YouTube channel, Corey Comes Out as Nirvana Fan.
You get more clicks if you just
Parenthetically.
leave it comes out. But like, what took him so long?
Speaking of onstage antics, and then I'll go to a break. Todd and Ashland reminded me of the L7 show. Remember L7?
Yeah.
They had a big hit called Pretend We're Dead. But in the early 90s, their bass player whipped her tampon out and threw it at the crowd. Remember that? That was like a bit. Danita Sparks. That was a big deal back then. That's what the Brass Against thing reminds me of.
Remember the L7 T-shirt, Hungry for Stink?
Yeah. Yes. I just love that whole thing.
Hungry for Stink is a great.
Yes.
Google that T-shirt,
I
Bill.
will.
Hungry for Stink.
Hungry for Stink.
I wish I liked that band just so I could have that T-shirt back in the
can
day.
just do it.
Money didn't grow on trees; grew on my parents' trees. They weren't funding any of that. I wasn't even allowed to see Cujo until I was like 24.
It all comes pouring out, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
And this is
I couldn't even see Cujo.
I haven't been in therapy since I've been here all week, so this is what this is for. Now you know what my past year was like, just therapy
gotcha.
and revelations.
Revelations. Can you imagine Corey in his therapist's office with the breakthrough that, oh my God, I might I might enjoy Nirvana to some degree. That's a nice point to come to.
Sound much different than that when I was like, this is all because of New Kids on the Block. I wasn't smart enough to say I didn't like it. So began my trauma. Oh, look, it's break time.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, I got to take a break. If you want to get a text in 35192 to do that, you can listen wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.